The agreement in principle my client reached with SASSA, the one that has now been effectively disbanded because of the ministerial task team, but the agreement on commercial terms, my client says, was the current price subject to a CPI adjustment from the 1st of April going forward for the next 2 years. So when the court asks, CPS wants more money, how much more money does it want? The answer is in that paragraph. Yes.
Now, here is what I want to understand. I'm at a level of a principle now. If this court orders your client to continue with this unlawful contract, will your client disobey? Because it's not prepared to go on with an unlawful contract. What if we wanted to continue with an unlawful contract? What will happen? What is the attitude of your client?
Chief Justice, I can't say. I would need an instruction in that regard. But that's why I was careful to set out the propositions that summarize where my client sits. My client says it accepts the constitutional burden. Number two, it can't do that without a contract. And number three, the contract must be a lawful one.
Yeah, no, the illegality part is, I thought we had touched on it, but there's also a statement that was made as you outlined your client's position to the effect that, you see, it won't be able to do its work because it needs SASSA with the cooperation of Treasury to release the money. Yes. But once the court has made an order that it continues as it has been continuing, SASSA and Treasury will release the money.
Of course, we accept that, Chief Justice.
So the only sticky issue really is the more, the increase. The only problem is the increase, the more.
No, with respect, the sticking point is the contract, because unless a new contract is in place from the 1st of April, my client cannot perform. It will not have the money in its bank account.
No, but if we make an order, Mr. Cockrell, effectively saying to SASSA and Treasury, or whoever, whichever, any other authority that is involved, you continue. We are saying you must pay CPS so that money can be in its bank to enable CPS to go ahead as it has been doing. So the problem here is the more, as I said, more money. I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm not saying it's right. I'm saying let's try to identify the issues. That's the only issue, isn't it?
Chief Justice, I prefer to call it the price issue rather than the more issue, but with respect, you're correct. The issue is about who determines the price if this court were to compel my client to conclude a contract with SASSA with effect from the 1st of April. And the question will then be...
Mr. Cockrell, sorry to interrupt. I just want to get clarity. Are you saying that the contract must be negotiated between the two parties and that this court can't make that contract?
Yes. That is going to be my submission, Justice Fruneman. That is going to be my submission indeed, that what this court should do and what it can do and what would be just and equitable is to issue a directive telling my client to enter into negotiations with SASSA and to conclude them by a certain time.